Alrighty then. Hello, friends. We are back. We are back. It is I, Unique. And freaking, it is time for more Genshin. This is the last of the permanent content that we really care about with 4.1. This is the Diluvies chapter, Neuvillette's story quest. Most Fontainians have an image like this in their minds. Eudex Neuvillette sits upright in the vaulted heights of the opera house, handing down eminently praiseworthy judgments. The vicissitudes of time leave no mark or trace on his body, nor do they seem burdened by emotion, as equitable as water, but as cold as water. Is this really the case? When memories flood in like a torrent, even those not predisposed to revealing their emotions may yet find themselves stirred. So yeah, you need to be caught up with the main scenario to do this, and you need keys. Luckily, I've been doing my daily commissions, so we should be fine.
It's been a while since we last saw Neuvillette. Paimon wonders what he's been up to.
Who knows what he's been up to?
Paimon has so many questions about his true identity. Let's go talk to him and find out.
I have a bunch of junk in my inventory to redeem though. Happy birthday, Kamisato Ayaka. Also, apparently the Genshin Impact anniversary is happening and they're handing out gems. I don't know. Doesn't really matter to me. Oh my gosh. We will be collecting all these Primo gems though because I need them for Neuvillete. What is in my inventory? Oh, it's another pet. Tiny little octopus. I'm sorry, y'all. I have so much stuff to redeem. Guess who's not been collecting Hydro Traveler constellations? Okay, where do we start Neuvillette's story quest? I need to open up that area, but I'm lazy. Alrighty, Neuvillette, where are you? Wilson, good evening. I hope you enjoy Xenoblade 1. It is amazing. Absolutely enjoy that game. Such a good JRPG, and it is a trip. Oh god, there's a world quest here. Guess what I'm not gonna pick up though? I'm not picking up that world quest. Hello, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Wait, did I hear that right? Monsieur Neuvillette, are you sure you'd like to take over the case yourself?
Oh, and it's on autoplay as well.
No, but why? Technically speaking, cases like this are better left to the guards.
Neuvillette! Sidine! Hey there! What are you two talking about?
Ugh, Traveler and Paimon, please help me talk our Chief Justice out of this. He wants to investigate a case on his own.
It is a really Xenoblade 1 is really good. Andres, good evening.
How can we have the Eudex acting like a private detective?
Good evening, welcome to stream, y'all. I can't believe this. It is time for freaking Neuvillette to investigate something on his own. I know some really good detectives. I know Heizo. I know.
I do not
actually, is there anyone else besides Heizo?
For this matter.
So, what is it exactly? It sure sounds serious if it's something you've got to investigate personally.
A Melusine named Kiara received a threat letter.
Uh-oh. What happened to her? Oh, it's one of her kids. That's one of his kids that is in trouble.
Huh?
Little Melusine. Yeah, all the slugs are basically children of Neuvillette. Who's buzzing my phone? What do you want?
Advance, and it seems like there aren't any trials today. So, if you insist, I have no objections.
Yeah, we're gonna go adventure with Neuvillette.
I will leave a note explaining my absence on my desk. I would appreciate it if you could take it to Lady Farina. She may have no interest in official affairs.
Farina's afraid of Arlecchino, and here we are just going off to investigate without her anywhere.
Understood.
It's okay, Farina will get her story quest in 4.2.
Judging from Sidine's reaction, it must be pretty rare for you to investigate stuff personally. What's so
One of
special
his
about
kids
this
is in danger. That's why.
Cannot tell you just yet, but it reminded me of certain past events.
There is a Melusine World quest that released back in 4.0. I really wonder if they're going to reference it in this quest.
There could be complicated conflicts of interest behind all this, so I must eliminate all risks in advance.
Come on, stop being so secretive. We still have no idea what's going on.
It is not my intention to keep you in the dark, but I need some time to revisit those memories and collect my thoughts. Long story short, a little more than 400 years ago, I became the Iudex of Fontaine and initiated a series of institutional reforms.
You reformed the
There were
whole
few people I could
place.
trust, but I had two subordinates who were exceptionally trustworthy and capable. Carol, a Melusine, and Vautrin, leader of the Special Security and Surveillance
A
Patrol.
human?
They must have been amazing people to receive such high praise from you.
Indeed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to protect them.
Little Melusine
reforms
and
damaged the
the other
interests of
person
some.
perished, I
The
guess.
more conservative faction took
Oh, it's
advantage of
always the
Carol's identity to
conservatives.
instigate political
Always.
unrest.
It's always the
Ultimately,
conservatives doing
They wanted
politic
me
trouble.
to yield more of my power. The incident resulted in Carol taking her own life, and Vautrin being exiled. From then on, I've been especially careful when dealing with cases related to Melusines.
She took her own life? You're concerned that you're the perpetrator's real target. They're using Melusines against you.
All Melusines used to live a secluded life away from human society.
Yeah, they all lived in a freaking dragon corpse over on the west side of the region. I saw
I
it.
granted their wishes when some of them, including Carol, asked me to bring them to the court of Fontaine. Many common folk believe that I share a special bond with the Melusines, and whatever they do can be traced back to me.
They're your children.
Some of them,
That's
especially
why.
those who hold a grudge against me, exploit that belief and stir up conflict over Melusines in an attempt to lay the blame on me. I have nothing against the opinions of others, but the moment a whirlpool of conspiracy forms, it inevitably affects the innocent. It has already happened once, and I want to make sure it does not happen again.
Even so, why do you have to be the one investigating?
Yeah, why you?
There's the guards, the Maréchaussée Phantom, and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Aren't they more than enough to figure out what's going on?
Based on prior experience, there is a high chance that those who hold hostility towards me do not belong to the same department. The political system of Fontaine is relatively complex and involves the interests of multiple
No,
different
God,
factions.
we're talking
However,
politics,
since I am technically an
gamers.
outsider in Fontaine, a lot of trouble could be avoided if I personally took on the case.
Outsider? But
He's
aren't
a
you the
dragon.
Chief Justice of Fontaine? Why would you be an outsider?
I understand where you are coming from, but there is not necessarily a connection between my responsibilities and how I perceive myself. You know very well about my true identity, and have even met others of my kind in other nations.
You are the Hydro Dragon Sovereign. I believe we met the Geo Dragon Sovereign. No, the Dendro Dragon Sovereign we've met. I think we met the Geo Dragon Sovereign. I know for a fact that the dragon, Electro Dragon Sovereign, is dead on the ground somewhere in... I forget if Storm Terror was the animal.
Even though I was born
Sovereign.
with a human form, there is a fundamental difference between dragons and humans. Taking on the role of Chief Justice does not make me a part of this community. In fact, the status I was granted has prevented me from forming deeper bonds with others. I have lived in Fontaine for a long time, but I do not belong here. That is why I call myself an outsider. A fish out of water.
I mean, technically we're also outsiders. That makes sense.
Yeah, we have
I'm
nothing
still
to do with
thinking,
all those
like, poor
organizations
guy.
Anyway. So how about we come with you on your investigation?
It's really interesting because they
Let's
can't
team up and
dig
round up
into
all the
too
bad
many
guys
things
lurking in
yet
the
because
dark.
we're technically not done with the main scenario, but they can
That
can
does
only
not
do
sound
so
like a
much.
bad idea. I rarely investigate cases on my own, but with professionals like you around, I'm sure it will go a lot smoother.
Oh, Paimon's starting to get a little embarrassed. Just leave it to us.
I will write my note of absence right away. Let us depart together once I'm done.
Neuvillette writes a note to Furina and sets it on the desk.
Let us
Oh,
go.
we're gonna leave her to the
We should visit
wolves.
Kiara
She's
first
gonna
and
have to
try
put
to
up with
gain a better
Arlecchino on
understanding
her
of the
own.
situation.
Well, maybe she'll be fine. Excuse me.
So Neuvillette feels
Y'all,
like
excuse
he
me for the
doesn't
yawning. You'd
truly
think I would wake
belong
up by
here in
now.
Fontaine, but is that really true? Paimon feels like he has a kind of skewed perspective on a lot
I mean,
of things.
he's a literal
Anyway,
dragon,
let's catch up with him
Paimon.
first.
Like, literally. Diluvies Chapter. That remains of the past day.
Paimon's been thinking. You called yourself a fish out of water, right?
Right.
But since you're the Hydro Dragon, would a dragon out of water suit you
Dragon.
better?
Bruh.
Thank you for your suggestion. I will consider using the more accurate term in private occasions.
Oh, Neuvillette.
Please allow me to rephrase. As a dragon out of water.
I thought it was gonna scold Paimon
That's
for a
kinda weird.
second.
Let's stick with the previous version instead.
Yeah. That sounded very, very weird. It should be called an otter out of water because Neuvillette also has some inspiration in his design from otters. Little sea otter. I think sea otters are so adorable. I want to see. I know there's cute little sea otters running around in the waters here in Fontaine, but I want to have one as like a pet, like I have Endora here. I would like to thank Shao. Where am I going? Oh, there? Where? Kiara is all the way over here. This is the prettiest part of the city, but that isn't saying much because I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I don't like the Fontaine city itself's design. I really like. The more we go here, the less I like it.
The weather's amazing today.
Hello, little slug. Tiny little slug.
Kiara.
Monsieur Neuvillette! And you are?
Monsieur.
Oh, I remember. You're the Traveler and Paimon. I've heard about you.
Aw, she's adorable. Hey there, it's nice to meet you.
Thanks for the compliment. Is there anything I can do for you?
I heard from Sidine that you received a threatening letter.
A threatening letter? Oh, right. I remember now.
Yeah, oh, you know, a very, very threatening
letter
letter
fell through the crack
that's
in my
risks
door as I was
lives.
heading
Yeah, I
out this
remember that.
morning. It said something about catching me, so I thought someone wanted to play hide and seek. But Sidine told me it was a threatening letter, and that I could be in danger. But that's not gonna happen with everyone looking after me, right?
Have you run into any suspicious-looking people recently?
I'm suspicious looking.
Suspicious-looking people? What counts as suspicious?
Someone who always strikes up a conversation with you.
Ah!
Did you think of something?
It's me, isn't it?
I don't remember meeting anyone like that.
Oh.
Do
My
you still have the
gosh.
letter with you? I want you to show me what it says.
Oh, let's see. Found it.
Well, tell us. What on earth? Oh god, it's an angelic. I can't read that.
Now then, get lost. If you don't leave the Maréchaussée Phantom, I will come and catch you in person. Don't say I didn't warn you. A simple threat. Neither the handwriting nor the content itself reveals anything about the writer's intentions.
Are they concealing their identity on... Wait, I just realized, were we just being watched by a camera? It just passed by for a brief moment, and I just thought about it like 5 seconds
Can't
after the
rule out
fact.
that possibility. Since you can't think of anyone suspicious, I will be heading back to the Palais Mermonia to review some official documents. Kiara,
Didn't you say you're
come
gonna have the
with us.
day off?
It's safer if you stay close by.
Yeah, you do not want to
Sure.
perish.
Wait, no. I still have a case to work on. I promised Alof that I'd check on her place later.
But you are being watched right now. Going off
We
on
are
your own could be
literally being
dangerous.
caught in 4K.
And that's where we come in to help. We'll stay with Kiara and make sure she's safe. But that's around anyone scheming to hurt Kiara
Can forget about it.
Thank you, Traveler. Big sis Paimon.
Big sis, she's tiny. She's little Paimon.
Don't worry, your big sis Paimon is super strong.
All right, let us go our separate ways for now. Please take care of Kiara.
Da da da
We'll take you to
da
a
da
locksmith
da.
right away. See you around.
Da 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 da.
So, Kiara, how are
Hello, little rat girl. I mean, they're not rats, they're slugs. They just remind me so much of rats. Mice. Da 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 da
I
da
remember coming to the court
da.
of Fontaine with Carol and Neuvillette. That must have been a long time ago.
A very long time ago.
Carol? Didn't Neuville mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago. Why would
Well,
Grandma
Paimon,
be
for
a
all
big
we
sister
know,
to
you could be 1,000 years old.
My memory isn't that good. But Carol told me I could address others based on how I feel about them. Paimon feels a lot more grown up than me, so you're a big sis.
Hey, Traveler, did you hear that?
Well, what did we hear? Hello? What? Wait, someone's still following. Wait, I just realized. Is the
Paimon felt
person
like someone
following
was
us
following
Charlotte? It might be Charlotte.
Olaf!
Kiara, you're here. Huh?
But why is she being so
Aren't these
sneaky
two-
about it?
Oh, they're
Hi.
the Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
I thought so. What brings you here?
We're protecting Kiara.
Did you run into any trouble?
Of course
It's
not.
not really trouble
Hopefully.
anymore with us around.
May I begin inspecting the store as planned?
Of course. Go ahead.
No, I like the pot. Oh, excuse me.
No hazards detected. You've cleared the inspection.
A health
Seems like the
inspection.
criminal from that case last month never set foot in here at all.
That was quick. What were you inspecting?
Oh,
I took a look around the shop. Neuvillette says that us Melazines have special eyes that can see things people can't.
Oh, we learned that in the
Things like
jail,
blood
actually,
stains.
that they see
No
stuff
matter
completely
how hard
differently.
you try to clean them up, we Melazines can see their residual stains for
Y'all
some time.
can see blood
cool, huh?
stains?
All right. Now that you're done inspecting, can we have a chat? Hear me out. I'm planning to release an outfit for children next month and wanted to hire you as my model. Is that okay with
You
you?
want to use them? I mean, they're little,
course.
so I guess it makes
Is there
sense.
anything I need to do?
Please wait a moment while I take your measurements. The sample should be a perfect fit.
Seems like they get along really well. Huh? What are you looking at?
What are you looking at, huh? Was there someone there? I didn't notice.
Is there really someone watching us? Shh. Let's sneak over and take a look.
What? Oh, y'all, my webcam is completely off center. I just realized. We'll fix this. There. I fixed it. Be proud of me.
I think light and frilly clothes look best
Aw,
on you.
look at
You
little
definitely look cute
little
wearing them.
Lucine.
I love them too. Especially the soft and fluffy kind.
They're just little and want to live their happy life. I knew it! It's Charlotte! Girl, what are you doing?
Why isn't he back yet?
You've been caught in 4K. She screamed so loud.
Charlotte, what are you doing here? Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one who sent Kiara that threatening letter. But you don't seem like the type to...
Girl,
Threat
what are
letter?
you doing?
What threat letter?
What are you doing here exactly?
This is starting to feel like an interrogation. Okay, I'll be straight with you. I don't know the slightest thing about that threat letter you mentioned. I only wanted to follow Monsieur Neuvillette and request an interview with him.
Oh, that's why you
interview him?
followed us everywhere? Girl.
That's right. I'm not the only one, you know. Interviewing him is every journalist's dream. But
Oh,
it's
I'm
not an
sure.
easy task to accomplish. The Palais Mermonia rarely accepts appointment requests from us, and we never have the chance to interrupt when the court's in session. So imagine how surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today.
Yeah, he had a free
It sounded like
day.
you were investigating something too. The perfect opportunity to whip up an exclusive, don't you think? Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles, and I'd never publish an article without the consent of all parties involved.
Well, at least she's principled. I don't think he'd agree, but it'd be better if we just keep it secret. I feel like
Yeah,
just gonna...
we're doing a secret investigation that can't be made public knowledge.
I see. Well, if you say so, I guess I'll put this matter aside for now. Oh, what a shame. Chances like this don't come by very often, you know. In exchange, could you tell me what the threat letter is about? I swear I won't tell.
I don't know,
All right,
girl.
then.
You tell Charlotte about the letter Kiara received.
What? Someone's
Stop,
targeting a
yada,
cute
you
little
buffoon.
Melusine?
Not so loud.
It just so happens that I did an interview with Kiara last month, in
Last
fact.
month. Maybe
It was
that's how
well
the
received by our
freaking
readers,
weird
so I
guy
was
found
planning
out
to
about
continue the
Kiara.
series. And now someone's coming after her.
Yep,
I'll ask my
someone's
colleagues
coming
about it.
right
Who
after
knows?
her.
We might find something. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. This secret's safe with me. But I gotta warn you, even if I keep my lips sealed, others will know eventually.
Why?
Yeah.
People care a great deal about Monsieur Neuvillette's each and every move. Some may have already realized that something was up. Besides, the case involves Melusines, so... Anyway, I'll get going now.
Anyway.
Watch yourselves, alright?
Well, that was a nice chat. Let's head back and check on Kiara.
I hope she isn't kidnapped already. Oh, she's safe. Wait, why is Clorinde
What do you
here?
The design looks
Why
pretty
is
good,
Clorinde here? Hello?
I think it's great.
Huh? It's very pretty indeed.
Pretty.
Dad, what are you doing here? It seems that you just showed up out of nowhere.
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Neuvillette was investigating a case with you. Technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relationship. It didn't feel right to have my employer personally take on such trivial cases.
This
I happened
case
to have
is
some
really
time at the
good,
moment
though.
and
I
came to take a
mean,
look. I sometimes
he
have my
cares
clothes
about this
custom made at
case.
boutique,
It's his
in any
little
case, so we
Melusine
always have a lot to
children.
talk about.
It's his little Melusine children. Of course he's gonna be fighting for his life with this case. Hello, A. I heard this quest is short, which honestly is enough for me to think about me enjoying it, because my problem with a lot of the story quests in Genshin is that some of them can get way too long, but I heard this one's an hour and a half,
Neuvillette
so
sure is lucky to have
that's already a
someone
good
like
sign
you.
to me.
Leave this to me. You should go meet up with Neuvillette.
Also, the fact that
Okay, then,
Neuvillette
we'll
has
leave Kiara in
actually
your
has a
hands.
really good presence in his
Come
own
on,
story
let's go
quest.
find Neuvillette.
Is a good sign as well. Ever since Dia's story quest, I feel like the quality of the story quest has been going up a lot lately. Starting with Dia. Baiju's story quest was okay, but Linny's story quest was good. Neuvillette, I'm here, it's good. But like ever since Dia, I feel like the story quests have gotten way better.
How has your work been recently?
Same as usual. My schedule normally isn't too packed, so I have plenty of time for myself.
Ooh. Then shall we
Ooh.
go out to play? How about a beach vacation?
I love the little
like last
Bella
time?
scene.
I've even signed up as a volunteer lifeguard. I'm really good at swimming, so I'm sure I can help.
So, I did do the Melusine World quest, the Ancient Colors quest. Like, I have this entire region opened up because I was doing the world quests, and I'm very aware of the Melusine's relationship with Neuvillette. So I have a feeling we're gonna see some very, very sad moments because of that. I don't know if I'm gonna do the world quest for this patch though. I think one of the world quests is supposed to explain why the factory, or why the... No, not the fortress. Something got really messed up here. I think it was the lab? Some lab or institute or something got completely blown up into the sky. I don't know if I'm interested in doing that one. We'll see. I don't think the World Quest this patch. I don't know. I need to see what people think about them first before I get tempted to check them out on stream.
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
We ran into
Yeah.
Clorinde. She offered to help us
Kiara
protect
is safe.
Kiara.
That is good to hear. I trust her abilities. It looks like Kiara is in good hands.
We thought so too.
The
Well,
spice.
did you find any leads?
Well, did you?
I've been looking over the case records, specifically inspection reports submitted by Kiara and major cases I have judged over the past decade.
What did you find?
I have come up with two plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara and track down the group behind all this step by step. On the other, I could also analyze the conflicting interests of these major cases and confirm my suspicions if there is indeed a mysterious group that bears a grudge against me.
How could you hate Neuvillette? But also, I
both
guess
sound like pretty
since
solid
Neuvillette
plans.
is so strict
Can
with the
you
law,
finish browsing through
some
all these
people, I could imagine
documents?
people really
That's
hating
a lot
them.
of reading even
It's like in
for
real
me.
life, there's judges.
Don't
There's
worry.
judges that
I'm a fast
to
reader when it
potentially
comes
risk
to official
themselves
documents.
by doing their
After
job.
all, I have several hundred years of reviewing under my belt.
We'll help you read through them. We have nothing else to do.
Thank you. I will continue looking through the ones piled up on the desk, but feel free to browse through anything else in this room.
Thank you, Slug Grandpa. Or Slug Daddy? I forget. He's either the dad or the grandpa that did the Melusine. The representative councils filed a request to collaborate with the blah 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 regarding certain events. Based on research, they believe Melusines can enhance the popularity of these events. The March's Phantom has to respond. However, it is not prohibited the Melusines from participating in such activities. About Wriothesley? The defendant. Oh, this is when Wriothesley first got convicted. Oh my god. Wriothesley will be exiled to the fortress of Maripede, where he will be serving a sentence and then become the warden of the entire fortress. During the trial, Neuvillette remained silent for a long time. I wonder if these two knew each other before the trial started then. Oh, I really want to see a Wriothesley story quest now. The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Marchas Phantom. The principal offenders have received judgment based on the severity of their crimes. Please refer to the appendix for the list of names. About the Spina di Rosula. This is the Mafia. This is Navia's Mafia. Callus, yeah, this is Navia's father. Was defeated in a duel and died of serious injuries. The defense of his honor has now come to a close. The defendant did not raise any objections throughout the trial. Iudex Neuvillette has reserved judgment in this case. His details are still under investigation. And lastly, a bribery case within the guards. The Special Security and Surveillance Patrol has investigated the case. All suspects involved have been arrested. The suspects confessed to their crimes. I think we found our book. I think that last one could have been it.
Have you made any progress?
We skipped through some of them, but there wasn't anything
No, I
useful.
really think that bribery case is what we're looking for.
There's so many documents lying around. Just how many cases have you handled?
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is I've never made a precise calculation myself. If memory serves me right, there should be at least 100,000 cases. The documents you see are just a small fraction of what's really there.
Whoa, that's a lot. Looks like the work of a Chief Justice isn't easy at all.
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and official duties are, to me, simply routine. There are many documents here. Take a break if you are tired.
You read Paimon's mind.
All right, let us take a break then.
I'm very worried about what we're gonna find out here. This is so awkward.
Even though resting is a part of taking a break, shouldn't we at least talk about something? All this silence is making Paimon feel really awkward.
I feel very awkward.
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely come to the
Neuvillette
Palais
doesn't know how
Memoria
to
for matters outside of
socialize.
work. To be quite honest, I am not sure what we should do. Would you like to have some drinks, perhaps? You must be thirsty after all that work.
Let me guess, you're gonna get me tea.
Ooh, drinks! Thank you!
It's gonna be tea from
Paimon wonders what
Wriothesley.
Neuvillette likes to drink. Oh, maybe he's a fan of really fancy wine.
Wait, I just remembered, doesn't he have voice lines about wanting to sample
Seems like
water?
the type of person who'd
I think
own
he's a
an entire
water
winery.
connoisseur, isn't he?
You know, like Diluc.
No, wait until y'all find out. Oh wait, he brings back wine glasses. Oh, I thought he liked trying out water.
What's inside these glasses?
Oh.
It looks just like water.
I knew it. He likes trying out water.
An astute observation. It is indeed water.
He is a connoisseur of water. Look, I like Voss as much as the next guy, but really, just plain water?
So it's just plain old water?
Even Ether's
What
disappointed.
did you think it was?
Since you're the Chief Justice
Sonny,
and all, Paimon thought
hello.
you'd prefer something more
I'm sorry.
sophisticated.
Welcome to Swimstream. I freaking lost my 50-50, so I'm gonna wait until Wriothesley's banner is out, because I'm gonna roll for him. I actually made a video on the channel of the moments from the Archon Quest where I was absolutely being a degenerate about Wriothesley. And I really recommend checking out that video because it was very cringe-worthy, which is my brand, of course. Yeah, unfortunately, that is the way of the gacha. You either need to get the gem somehow, or you just kind of let it go and just wait for a rerun.
This water is indeed very special. It would not be an overstatement to call it sophisticated. I believe you've already tried Fontaine.
Neuvillette
In
has
fact,
to
there are
love
many other
Voss.
drink factories in Fontaine, including those that specialize in packaging pure drinking water. Said water is sourced from all across Teyvat, including Mondstadt's Cider Lake, Liyue's Chingtse village, and Inazuma's Konda village. Here is one of their latest products, water from Sumeru's Apam Woods.
See, no, I totally get Neuvillette actually because I hate the Sani water, right? I hate the Sani. I hate most bottled water actually. I really like Voss though. Voss is really, really good, except it's so expensive.
If I were to comment on their mouthfeel, the waters of
No, I
Cider Lake
actually
warm
can
the
get
heart.
with this guy. I
The waters of
understand.
Chingtse village have a poignant touch, while one might call the waters of Konda village placid.
I'm not surprised.
Distinct
Inazuma's very
differences exist
placid.
between the waters of each area. You will appreciate their intricacies once you taste them carefully.
Oh, you're at 74 pity? Oh, just do a little bit more dailies. You'll get there, and then you'll roll your 50-50. Oh wait, no, you're guaranteed. Then yeah, just do your dailies. You have like 2 weeks to get Neuvillette. You'll be fine. I don't really drink Nestle Pure Life anymore. I drink just a lot of store brand water. I found a store brand water that I really, really like. I'm not gonna say which one because it's local.
Try.
What do you
Paimon,
think?
it's all gonna taste the same to Paimon, isn't it?
Paimon couldn't taste any difference at all. Isn't this just normal water?
How regrettable. It seems like you still have a long way to go in refining your tastes.
No,
Hey, this doesn't have to
I
do
would
with
totally
refining
do a
our
water
taste.
tasting
We're
session with
pretty
Neuvillette. I
sure
would be
most
like, yeah, but
ordinary
this doesn't
people can't
taste
tell the
good. Yeah,
difference.
this tastes good.
How did you do it anyway?
I can. Do you think Neuvillette would
because you're
melt
the
like a
Hydra
slug, like the Melusine slugs, if you drank salty water like Voss?
We are
Because
allowed to
don't
bring that up,
slugs
right?
melt with
Since
salt?
no one else is around? Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. If you're the Hydro Dragon, why would you become Chief Justice in human society?
I'm about to have a water tasting stream.
Sorry, Paimon was just curious. You don't have to answer.
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organizing my thoughts. I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to questions that have perplexed me.
Questions? Are there really things you can't figure out?
Many, in fact. But the one question that puzzles me the most concerns my own existence. In essence, I neither know why I was born in this form, nor do I understand where my long life should take me.
You know, that is a really good point. We didn't really learn why Neuvillette has a human form. I just assumed that he transformed between human and dragon all the time, but the way they're talking about it, it seems like he was just born always a human, always. And he can't transform into a dragon.
I lost many memories from the moment I was born. The primordial sea, for example. I can only vaguely recall its connection to me, but I am unaware of what that connection is exactly.
Is there anyone who can answer those questions?
Perhaps the elemental dragons of other nations may have some form of an answer. However, they are scattered across all of Teyvat. Abruptly visiting could very well pose an unpredictable risk.
I mean, yeah, a pep is pretty... I'm pretty sure a pep is, like, dormant, and... I mean, we could talk to Storm Terror, but...
True. Some of them have very unique personalities, too.
Oh yeah, we knew that Neuvillette was never human. Like, from the moment we learned that he lived for hundreds of years, all the way back in Act 1 and Act 2, it was very much obvious that he's not human.
I have been holding on to these unanswered questions for a long time. But there is one thing I've discovered along the way. My emotions easily resonate with those of others. Even I don't have the slightest idea what they mean. My guess would be that there are at least some similarities between humans and myself. By observing their behavior, perhaps I could one day understand the meaning of my existence.
And haven't you had 500 years to observe them, Neuvillette?
Have you made any progress then?
Perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As an outsider, chances to engage
yeah,
in
Act 1 and Act 2 have been out
others
for
are
like
few
6
and
weeks
far
now,
between.
and people have
That's why I'm
had
quite
so
thankful
many
for this
theories
chat.
about what Neuvillette could
Such
be.
opportunities are rare. Alas, time is limited. We should move on with our investigation.
Are we gonna continue reading these documents? Paimon's getting dizzy already.
I wasn't
I'm
able
ready
to
to
find
move
any
on.
leads even after browsing through most of the documents. But while we were on the topic of water a moment ago, another idea came to me.
What happened?
Water? Do you mean...
The Fountain of Lucine?
That's right. The Fountain of Lucine is where all of Fontaine's waters converge. It is the vessel of countless memories and emotions.
Are you saying we're gonna find our culprit through the memories stored in the water?
If there really were an organization attempting to use Melusines against me, they
Oh,
should
we
also
really
hold
are.
an intense resentment towards me. Perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing the hydro element within the fountain.
Huh. Why didn't Paimon think of that? Come on, let's go take a look.
Perhaps we should go. There shouldn't be too many people near the Fountain of Lucine during the evening.
Are you sure, Neuvillette? Are you sure you don't want to see the Traveler and you walking together in the evening next to the fountain? You know, some people might get confused and think that something more has happened. And no, I'm joking. Oh my gosh. First, I'd be an absolute degen about Wriothesley in the Act 3 and 4 Archon Quest, and now I'm just over here with Neuvillette now.
Monsieur Neuvillette?
Huh? Oh, this guy.
Are they headed towards the Fountain of Lucine?
We sure are.
I probably shouldn't disturb them.
They notice us
I
walking.
wonder what's going on.
See, I knew people were gonna see us walking. Hello? Oh, did I do my dailies? Y'all, I did my dailies. You know what? Since we're here, I'm gonna go to Catherine and claim my final Primo Gems because I keep forgetting to do this. But I love that you can just do dailies by working on story quests now. That's such a good update.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Like, that is such a good... Oh, I don't care. No, Catherine, we're not doing that.
Thank you for complete...
Thank you for my primo gems, Catherine. Okay, now we'll go back. But yeah, that's probably one of my favorite parts of the Genshin update is that you can just do, instead of doing daily commission quests, you don't have to do daily commission quests anymore. You just can run around and do whatever you want. Also, they implemented this as part of the Genshin update. You can swap between quests. So here it says that I technically can't continue this quest line, right? But you can suspend other quests. You can swap between quests. Like, you know how Genshin usually would be like, you can't continue this quest because this other character is busy. But now you can swap them around and move the character to other quests. It is a quality of life update we have been waiting on for 3 years now, and they finally, on the 3rd anniversary of the game, implemented the update.
Looks like we got lucky today. There's hardly anyone around.
No, we saw people on our way
What should
here.
we do next? Traveler, can you still hear the voices from the fountain?
Should I drink more primordial seawater?
Perhaps leave the investigation to me. I need you to take a few steps back and keep a safe distance.
A safe distance? Neuvillette, what exactly are you—
Is he gonna jump in? Oh, I thought he was gonna jump straight into the water.
Oh, it's glowing!
He can manipulate water itself. As the fountain of Lucine lights up, a wave of dizziness washes over you. What just happened? Oh, I think we just jumped into the memories. Everything looks a little different to how they are normally. I should continue forward and look around. We forge ahead, like in Final Fantasy XIV. By the way, you should play Final Fantasy XIV, y'all. You should definitely play Final Fantasy XIV because it is so good. And it's something for you to play whenever you're bored of Genshin, because literally I see people be like, there's nothing to do in Genshin. And I'm like, are you kidding me? There's an update every 6 weeks. Is that Carol? Oh.
Thank you for bringing us here, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Oh, she's so tiny.
The court of Fontaine is truly incredible.
They don't even wear the
There's
uniforms
so many
yet.
things I've never
They're
seen
little
or heard
Melusine police
before.
officer uniforms.
I understand your excitement, but there's no need to thank me.
He looks the exact same.
Although I have
All
responded
these
to
years
your
ago.
wishes, it was not without personal interest. Melusine's special sight make them especially suited for joining the Maréchaussée Phantom. I'm certain you'll become an indispensable part of Fontaine's detective force.
I know, but I'm really glad to be of help. Not only can I repay you for your kindness, but also, it feels like my life has become a lot more meaningful.
But a meaningful life also comes with its risks.
Yes,
It's
it sure
definitely the
does.
safest
People
to
can
just
hate
stay in the
you.
village.
For example,
But
yesterday when I
want to
got
see the
hate
outside
rated.
world nonetheless. In truth, I've never really understood the purpose of my existence, or what I'm capable of contributing to this world. For almost 20 years, we've stayed in our village without finding any answers. That's why we wanted to leave our village and look for the meaning of our existence elsewhere.
Aww. Yeah, this is definitely referring to the world quest from 4.0. The Ancient Colors world quest.
I understand your confusion. In fact, I feel the same way. I too came here for an answer to my questions about my own existence.
Really? Could you tell us what we should do to fit in as you did? The truth is, many people threw rocks at us today and told us
Aw,
to go back
that's
to
so
our village.
mean.
It hurt a lot when they hit me in the head. And I tried really hard
Oh,
not to
this
cry.
is so sad. Bruh. This is so different from how the Melusine are treated nowadays.
Logically speaking, both time and effort are essential when different species attempt to peacefully coexist. It will be a difficult road ahead, with countless obstacles to overcome.
Oh, I feel so sad because poor Carol didn't. She couldn't put up with it. She couldn't.
Different identities and ways of thinking all contribute to strengthening the barrier between one another. Removing it will be no easy feat. There aren't many suggestions I can share, because just like you, I haven't fully integrated into this society. Despite my social status, I am still an outsider.
Oh, I see. Let's all do our best then. I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence one day.
Aw.
I believe in you, but you shouldn't lose sight of the difficulties ahead. If you run into any trouble, I suggest that you inform Vautrin, the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Oh, if only Carol and Vautrin both knew what was gonna happen to
Is he
them.
the person I met in the Palais Marmonia earlier?
Yes? Do you have any concerns?
That stone-faced human. He didn't even bother to look at me when I tried talking to him. It felt like he wasn't interested in anything but work.
He is an earnest man. There will be plenty of opportunities to work together in the future, so please try to get along.
Man. This is so sad because we know what happens to Carol. We know how this is supposed to end. They were looking forward. They were so hopeful about everything, man. But what went wrong, really?
Hello. Can I help with anything?
Thanks, but no need.
Oh,
Well, oh, she was so disappointed. Look how they walked too.
hello. I'm Carol, a Melusine. Is there anything you need help with?
Get away from here! I'm calling the guards!
Oh my
Please, calm
god.
down. I don't mean to cause any harm.
Hard to say.
Yeah, we should probably stay away from these monsters.
Don't call them
Haven't you realized?
monsters.
Strange incidents have been increasing ever since they came.
Why should we trust this species from who knows where anyway? I can't believe Neuvillete allowed them into the court of Fontaine just like that.
Exactly. That so-called Chief Justice even granted them official positions. Not only that, but they're now responsible for investigating cases
My
as well. I
god.
swear, there's some hidden agenda at play here.
If
Go
I was
away.
a Melusine right now,
Quit
I think I
acting
would.
innocent.
I think I would start crying. Actually,
I'm not leaving. I won't let you say bad stuff about him.
she doesn't even care about that they're saying bad stuff about her. She just cares that they're saying bad stuff about Neuvillete. Man,
We joined the Mari Chaussee
like
Phantom and
that's what
solved
it
lots and
really
lots of
hurts
cases.
about this.
We've never done anything wrong.
Solving cases? With Neuvillete in cahoots with you. You could have fabricated it all, and no one would know. So tell me,
Man,
how can you guarantee that you Melusines aren't involved in anything that occurred recently?
I...
Didn't I tell you before? Don't go advertising if you're not a good talker.
oh, is that
Vautrin?
that's Vautrin?
Aside from spreading unjustified rumors, if you continue insulting members of the Mare Chaussee Phantom, the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol has every right to subject you to interrogation.
Wait, didn't we read a file about the Mare Chaussee Phantom? I'm trying to remember what it said. God,
There have
it was
indeed
40
been
minutes
an
ago and I already
increase in
forgot.
cases recently, perhaps due to the shifting currents of conspiracy, and I understand your concern. However, there's been no evidence pointing towards Melusines
Anyway, this is a
being
good
involved.
guy, and I'm sad that he died too.
Even the captain of the security patrol is on their side. Neuvillette's newly reformed police force is already corrupt to the core.
Gosh, I wonder what he did to get the people to change the opinion of him.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
You heard that?
Yeah. I don't understand. Why won't anyone believe us?
They're just scaredy
There
pants.
have been rumors saying that you were born from calamity.
They were
and that
born
you
from
inherently
calamity. They
bring
were
danger
born
to
from a
those around
dragon.
you. There are countless negative rumors about you floating around in Fontaine. It's near impossible for you to become a part of this society. Best if you give up before it's too late.
Monsieur Neuvillette said that we needed to put both time and effort in. I don't know how long it'll take, but I can at least try making my best effort. I still want to try a little harder. Thank you for bailing me out earlier. Okay, I won't be taking any more of your time. I painted a lot of flyers last night, so I have to stay and hand them out to everyone.
Give them to me.
You're not gonna take them away, right?
I think he's just trying to help you.
We'll hand them out together. The faster we get this
Aw.
done, the sooner we can head back.
Explore the nearby area. So this should be the entrance to Fontaine Court itself. Is that Neuvillete over there? What are they gonna talk about? I hope it isn't anything bad. Special Security and Surveillance Patrol Captain.
Monsieur Neuvillette, what's this?
Yeah, what's wrong?
Medals of Peace, awarded to you and Vautrin.
Wait, what did they do?
Thank you for your continued dedication in the past 5 years.
They already
You've
spent
taken one
5
small
years?
step forward in helping Melusines gain the trust of humans.
Wow,
I think I'll
5
pass.
years.
Hey, don't say that. We wouldn't have made it this far without you. It won't be long before Melusines begin living peacefully with the humans. Just the thought of it makes me happy.
Aw. Man. Girl, if only you knew the storm that was about to approach you.
Don't keep your
If
hopes
only.
up. We've barely scratched the surface. There's still a long way to go before that dream of yours comes true.
You blockhead! Don't ruin the mood!
Vautrin brings up a good point. The trust humans have placed in you is still very fragile. Any small incident could undermine the hard work you've put in. Please be on your guard for the next few days.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, we totally got this, guys. Nothing's gonna go wrong at all. Who is this lady?
Medal of Peace? Peace isn't going to give us back what's rightfully ours.
What?
Are you sure we should do this? We're no match for Neuvillette, even with all our powers combined. What if...
What?
Nah, not gonna happen.
Is this a coup?
As long as he remains in his position, there's no chance he'd take us out personally. There are rules even he must comply with in the political sphere. Unless he wants to become an enemy of Fontaine. So quit worrying and just go ahead with it. I've already planned out the murder.
A murder?
Once we lay the blame on the Melusines as the person who brought them to the court of Fontaine, Neuvillette will be left with no excuse.
So they were the ones who murdered that guy.
I guess you're right. Ugh. If he just left things the way they were, it never would have come to this. But he's forced our hand. Time to teach him a lesson.
They're not talking about Neuvillette, they're talking about the other guy.
Turn the murderer in!
Oh no.
Melusines can't be trusted! That goes for Neuvillette too!
Man.
Peaceful coexistence? What a joke. Get out of the court of Fontaine and don't ever come back!
She just wanted to live peacefully, man. Wait, Vautrin's still alive, so who died? Hello?
The results of the investigation are in, Captain Vautrin.
Go on.
There is no direct evidence, but reasonable inference indicates that the ones controlling the situation are supporters of the old regime, whose interests have been undermined by the reform.
Oh, that's right. So Neuvillette joining in here was the whole reform of the regime of Fontaine. And I believe around this time is the new Hydro Archon as well.
They tricked Miss Carroll into going to the crime scene and pressed charges against her. After that, they incited panic among the people in order to make Monsieur Neuvillette confess to his mistakes and yield up power. The guards were stopped by the enraged mob and couldn't intervene in time. Miss Carroll chose to sacrifice herself to pacify the situation.
So she really did kill herself.
And she called me a blockhead. A little investigation would have cleared things up. Why didn't she wait until we'd established the truth? She didn't have to prove her innocence like that.
She put up with it for 5 years. She's been putting up with all of that for 5 years. There's only so much anybody could take.
The situation had rapidly escalated to a physical altercation between infuriated citizens and the guards. Miss Carol might have thought there was no better plan.
That is indeed something she'd do.
Captain Vautrin, should I present these results to Monsieur Neuvillette right away?
There's no need. Notify the guards to restrict public access to all information.
Restrict access to... Wait, are you planning to...
There's something I've never told Carol. I had a little sister named Ilaria who passed away when I was very young. She's just like Carol in every possible way.
Aww.
Innocent, kind, always believing the best of people. People like her are the most vulnerable to deception and betrayal. From the moment I met Carol, I knew that she'd be easily manipulated by others. I kept a cold demeanor and tried lecturing her into giving up.
Looks like she was unfazed by that.
Yes. In fact, some of her spirit must have rubbed off on me instead. Because I too began working towards that pie-in-the-sky dream of hers.
What happens to Vautrin?
I should have known.
Something happened to him.
Those cowards don't have the guts to confront Neuvillette. They even avoided causing trouble for me. They were after Carol all along. Can you understand how I feel? Right now, there's only one thought on my mind. Only through bloodshed can their debt be repaid.
I understand,
I don't think
but I'm
Vautrin
certain
got out of
Monsieur
that.
Neuvillette wouldn't accept that as a solution.
That's exactly why we need to keep this a secret. Give me the list of suspects. What happens after this has nothing to do with any of you. I will take responsibility for everything.
But I guess my next question would be how? I mean, why? Why now? Who from this crew could be back 500 years later and still be a threat to us? A threat to the Melusine. Who could have done it?
Did you know? They're hearing a major case today, and the criminal is Captain Vautrin of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Apparently, he resorted to personal measures to seek revenge for Carol and settled the score with the group that framed his friend. Hey, why aren't you saying anything?
I'm thinking... we should try our best to bail him out when the trial commences.
Bail him out?
How are you gonna
Why?
bail him?
Shh, keep it down! Haven't you realized? Both Vautrin and Carol are Neuvillette's most trusted subordinates. After everything that happened to Carol, Neuvillette's guaranteed to do everything he can to keep Vautrin around.
He's trying to keep
Besides,
himself
now that
unbiased.
the old regime has been uprooted, Neuvillette's status is secure as can be. As long as we redirect public opinion, Neuvillette will be able to give Vautrin a reprieve. The benefits are endless.
No, that isn't how the machine
Vautrin
works,
sought
though.
vengeance for his friend for a valid cause. This represents the justice he upholds. Please think about it. If the same thing had happened to you, wouldn't you feel the same way he did?
Yeah, that's right! This whole thing started because of those despicable cowards who levied false accusations against Carol. How could Vautrin be declared guilty for seeking revenge?
Monsieur Neuvillette.
Mr. Vautrin is innocent!
He's trying to stay unbiased.
Order! I acknowledge your arguments. Vautrin, your revenge could be seen as a form of justice.
But
I understand your decision, which is why I cannot help but feel regret and even grief about the judgment I must now impose. Personal justice does not equate to justice as defined by the law. To execute your plan for revenge, you abused your authority and conducted informal executions. Your actions have thus violated the law. Therefore, you will be declared Guilty.
What?
That can't be! Monsieur Neuvillette, please give this a little more thought. He has done so much for Fontaine.
No,
Vautrin.
he had to be a
friend.
judge. He had to be a
Is there
judge
anything
here.
else you want to say?
Neuvillette, what have I done to deserve this? I've closely followed every one of your orders. Can't you see? Everyone in this room believes that I'm innocent. Why can't you just let me off? Is this what justice means to you? Answer me, Neuvillette!
That's the line from the trailer. So I was really curious because we heard this line in the trailer. And I thought it was going to be a line that Wriothesley says to Neuvillette during the Archon Quest, but no. It turned out to be in this scene.
Order. Since there have been no further objections, the Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vautrin.
Guilty.
According to the
Overwhelmingly
judgment of the
guilty.
Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, Mr. Vautrin will be declared guilty.
Man. Ian Ether's cringing.
Goodbye, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Goodbye, monsieur. So was
This
he
all happened because of
executed?
Carol's naive ideas.
How can different species peacefully coexist
Oh,
anyway?
we're getting the lines again. So was he executed? All we heard was that he was killed. But I guess he was executed.
What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
That was a bunch of
Apologies. It
memories.
seems like my memories got the better of me. I tried my best to suppress the power of Hydro within myself, but it seems like it still caused the emotions within the fountain of Lucine to boil over, due to my negligence. The overflow of emotions and memories must have affected you as well. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Wow. The Hydro Dragon is more powerful than Paimon thought. Anyways, the last time we came here, the Traveler only heard voices from the Fountain of Lucine. No emotions boiling over or anything.
It is as you said. This might be because I am different. It is not only the fountain. I can sense emotions from all waters in Fontaine. Rivers, lakes, and even the rain.
That sounds awesome!
But I rarely ever do anything like this. Emotions carried by water are always chaotic and disconnected. As an outsider, having my mind occupied with irrelevant memories isn't exactly a pleasant experience.
The memories I saw were related to you, though.
Which ones?
From when you declared Vautrin guilty.
It's fine. I prefer not to speak of those memories. That does not mean I am deliberately hiding them.
I mean, you
It
don't
was a
want to talk
coincidence,
about them,
but
though.
Perhaps it is a good thing that you saw everything in that form. You should now understand why I believe there to be a conspiracy behind all this.
But
These two
who's
cases
still
are much too
alive
similar.
from
I
500
felt
years
like I needed to do
later?
something.
Paimon's starting to lose track of what you're saying.
Unless if they did, the two cases just happen to be similar to one another, but like,
Paimon wants to help too.
if it's straight up the
Then let
same
us get back
people,
to
I
the
don't know how
point.
to feel about that.
While I was investigating the fountain, I discovered something strange. I did not sense too much hatred towards me within its accumulated emotions. However, I did find some resentment directed towards Kiara.
Kiara?
If I remember correctly, it seemed to be related to a smuggling case.
We did read about
I
that.
don't know what caused this to happen, but it seems like there won't be a shortcut to finding the organization that may be pulling the strings here.
Oh, didn't we read about that in one of the documents?
You've read
Yeah.
about it.
We sure
In that
did. I
case,
guess
the
you
resentment
missed
should
it.
have come from that incident.
Huh? What are you doing here?
Navia?
I was just about to look for you at the Palais Mermonia.
What happened?
Navia, nice to see you again. Is there something we can help with?
I've heard some things, but I'm not purposely asking around or anything. Don't worry. Rumors are abroad that someone's scheming against Melusines, and that you're investigating
Oh,
the
as we
case.
know, gamers,
So I told
rumors
Despina de
spread like
Rosula
the
to keep
wind
an
in
eye out for leads.
JRPGs.
We've had unfamiliar faces showing themselves at the Fleuve Cendre lately. Maybe you'll find the suspects among them.
Thank you. Where did you hear about all this?
The Chief Justice out on investigation, accompanied by the Traveler from afar. No matter how you conceal your whereabouts, there will be countless eyes watching you.
Yup.
You talked to Kiara, but didn't ask her to keep things secret. People curious to know asked around for information, then it was only a matter of time before word of the threatening letter spread all across Fontaine.
So everybody already knows about this mess.
Indeed. I did not expect that this could be kept hidden for too long, but the rumors still spread faster
God, these
than I
people love
imagined.
gossiping around here. They love the drama.
You know, it could be because you attract more attention
Of course
than you
he
think.
does.
Anyway, any progress with the investigation?
The suspects who threatened Kiara might have to do with a certain smuggling case, but it is still uncertain if there is in fact another party behind all this. We are planning to return to the Palais Marmonia to revisit some details and identify the senders of that threatening letter.
All right, then I'll round up the Spina di Rosula and follow up on their progress. Wait for my word. Ta-ta!
Ta-ta. Well, I guess she'll help.
Do you think there'll be any problems now that the word
I
is
did
out?
see that the Spina di Rosula is
I have
involved.
already considered that possibility, and I do not think that there will be any. As a matter of fact, once the word gets out, no one would dare to harm Kiara in broad daylight. What is more important is how the case is perceived by the public. 400 years ago, they chose to side with the old regime and direct their resentment towards the Melusines.
But now they view the
hope the same
Melusines
won't happen
differently
again.
now.
Let us head
Right?
back to the Palais.
Back to the palace. Paimon?
Strange. What are these people doing out on the streets so late at night? Did something happen? Let's take a look
Oh
around.
my god. Did a murder happen like 400
Have
years
you heard?
ago?
Someone's plotting against a Melusine. This is 100% the truth. Even the Chief Justice is investigating in person.
What? That's it.
Oh.
Who's been threatening Melusines?
So
Show
it is
yourself!
really different years
Our enemies
later
are lurking
now.
in the shadows and won't easily reveal themselves. But no amount of hiding will keep us from finding them.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. The guards have already begun to take action. We can't just stand by and watch. Think about how much we owe them. Now that they're in danger, how can we just sit back and do nothing?
Everyone, please stay alert to your surroundings from now on. If you see any suspicious persons, report them to the guards immediately.
I think the Melusines are going to be just fine.
It feels like you've been following me this whole time. Did something happen?
We were informed that.
Nope. We just finished our
Nothing's
shifts
wrong.
and happened to be strolling by.
Yeah, we're walking by.
Have you had dinner yet? Why don't we check out the new items at the dessert shop together?
Oh, they're so adorable, these little
This
Melusines.
isn't a good time to be out and about.
No, they are hungry though.
Come on. Don't act tough. I bet you're
Oh, it's
hungry, too.
Lori. We love Lori. Lori on
Alright.
Twitch.
Let's go buy a cake or something.
You shouldn't ever skip meals, especially if you have another shift scheduled for later.
I really think the Melusines are going to
I
be
heard
just
even
fine.
Neuvillette's keeping an eye on the situation. This is the perfect chance to get promoted. We gotta make sure we
they
give
want
it
to
all
get
we've got.
promoted.
Seriously? Were you planning to shirk your duties if Neuvillete wasn't involved?
Relax, I was just playing. We've worked together for years now. If something happened to them, I'd be haunted by regret for the rest of my life.
That's more like it. We should stand guard until the criminal has been caught.
Come and fight me instead, you cowards!
Cowards.
Have you heard? Even the special patrol came to help.
Shh, look. Is it that
He's
Neuvillette?
right there, dude.
I think he's looking at us.
Looks like there's nothing to worry about.
This is truly wonderful.
So, wanna go over and
No,
say hi?
I don't think that's necessary.
No, I should stay where I am. My appearance could give rise to unnecessary commotion. Let us stick to our plan and return to the Palais Marmonia. The faster we uncover the truth, the better.
The much better. Return to the Palais Memoria. Like that just made my heart go like just happy for a moment, just seeing that indeed they really think about the Melusine so differently after 400 years. And for the better, if only Carol could have seen it. We need to read the document about... Where is it again? Is it this one? The smuggling case?
The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Maréchaussée Phantom. This is the one. The list of involved suspects should be... Ah, found it.
What does it say?
The principal offenders Dominico, Inika, Yuna, and others have been caught. They have been sent to the fortress of Meropide following trial. Those with close connections or mutual interests with the offenders but who did not participate in the case will not stand trial. Among them, surveillance of Essin has ceased on account of his good behavior. All other personnel remain on our watch list.
So many names. Is the one who sent that threatening letter to Kiara on the list?
Yes, there is something suspicious about Essin, to be precise. It seems like he's closely related to the core members of the smuggling case, and he moves around without much restriction.
Should we tell Navia?
Monsieur Neuvillete, someone claiming to be from the Spina Durasula just checked in with us. He said, and I quote, "We have located the suspect. They're chatting at the cafe."
Huh? How did Navia find them so quickly? We've only just figured out the suspect's name.
I too am perplexed. The cafe isn't too far from here. We should head over and take a look.
Yes. Meet up with Navia. Ever surging memories. Oh my, wait, can I teleport? Where's this gonna put me? Because there's no convenient teleporter to there, actually. Yeah, of course there isn't. Hello, Navia? Oh, why are we always eating here? We're always eating here. Wait, before we do anything, I actually want to buy some food.
Made it.
Yeah, wait, Neuvillette made an appearance in person. Fine, don't let me buy food from you.
Neuvillette made an appearance in person. This is the perfect chance to make a name for myself.
Yeah, how about you make a name for yourself by letting me buy food from you, bucko? They're so worried. Oh wait, are these the guys from the previous case? We're really watching them.
Navia, we're here! Whoa. Check out all these people!
No, I don't think they're Navia's friends at all.
Hey there, are you Navia's friends too?
Awkward.
These are the people who have had recent dealings at the Maréchaussée Phantom. They're usually hidden in the Fleuve Cendre, but I sent for someone to invite them over.
Invite them over?
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here, and so I asked them if they'd like to come and have some.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's our
They're
pleasure
really
to be
nervous.
guests of the
They're
Spina
really,
Durasula.
really nervous. They look so serious.
I've wanted to have a meetup like this for ages.
Something feels off.
Very, very off.
But, oh well. Let's get back to business. Is there anyone
Yeah, back to business.
Yes, that's me.
You're in the hot seat, dude.
You're Essin?
Yes, monsieur Neuvillette.
Did you write that threatening letter to Kiara?
Dun dun.
I did, but I was just following orders.
From who?
Orders from whom?
Dominico. He was my boss. I couldn't disobey his orders.
Dominico.
Where is he now?
The fortress of Meropide.
Jail?
I'm afraid even the Spina would have trouble looking into that place. Looks like you'll have to make the trip yourselves. This was as much as I could do.
You've done
Well,
more
I
than
appreciate
enough.
the help.
I'm extremely grateful for your help.
Leave the formalities for later. You should find Dominico first.
But he should be comfortably
If he
in
really is the
jail.
one setting up the conspiracy, it'd be best if he's exposed as soon as possible.
Alright then, let's head to the fortress right now!
We are off. Oh. Okay, no, we're gonna. I love this feature so much, y'all. See, so if they didn't implement this feature, I would be blocked by this unfinished comedy world quest. But because of this lovely update, I can just continue the current quest, which is the remains of the past day. Thank goodness. Let us go to the fortress. Like, that is the best ever quality of life update. Like, I'm never gonna get over that. It's such a good quality of life update.
It's Monsieur Neuvillette.
Wriothesley! Why, hello. I wasn't expecting to see you again so soon.
Welcome to the Fortress of Meripede, dear esteemed guests.
Oh, I'm very esteemed, thank you.
We're back! Oh, and a greeting from none other than the Duke himself! Guess we made a name for ourselves at this place.
This isn't anything new. I figured you had important matters to discuss when the two of you, not to mention the Chief Justice, showed up. Let's assume we've gone through the pleasantries and cut right to the chase.
You tell Wriothesley about the threat letter Kiara received.
I do remember a thing or two about Dominico. He once attempted to round up the other inmates and instigate a protest.
A protest? I mean, obviously nothing happened after that.
He once attempted to, I said, meaning that it was over before it even started. And now he's threatening Melazines, is he?
He
To be
sure
honest,
is.
Dominico doesn't seem like much of a conspirator. The fact that the three of you bothered to personally investigate raises a flag. Is there something else going on behind the scenes here?
Yeah, something 400 years
Same
ago.
concerns we do.
I am concerned about this incident because something similar has occurred in the past. I wish to meet Dominico in person and have my questions answered.
That's an easy one. Let me think. I think he's at...
Did I hear someone say Melazine?
Oh,
What
Siegeween.
Siegeween!
You'll be okay. A Melazine named Kiara did get a threatening letter, though.
Yeah, and we're investigating. The person who threatened her seems to be imprisoned here. Really? Is Kiara gonna be okay?
There's no need to worry. Clorinde is protecting her as we speak.
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still... Is there anything you can do about this?
We just have to talk to the
Head
source
nurse.
itself.
Do you require me to personally deal with the criminal?
Oh, we can execute him right now.
Wriothesley.
I mean, I'm okay with Wriothesley's line of thinking here.
Okay, I get it.
Fine.
I'll bring Dominico
Boring.
to you. That's your only demand, correct?
Think of it as more of a humble request. I'm here on my own accord, not to formally transfer a criminal for trial. I urge you to set aside any concerns. Thanks for the trouble. Consider me in your debt.
Whoa! If Paimon were you
Your
here,
Grace.
Paimon would take this chance to ask for something really important.
It better not be another tea party, because I
well,
swear.
were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter sentence. But I'm sure Monsieur Neuvillete would reject that. But enough jokes. I'll look for Dominico and bring him to you. Make yourselves at home. Our dear head nurse has mentioned you quite a few times, so I'm sure she has a lot to say.
Please come with me to the infirmary.
Oh, I gotta
instead.
go back to
There's
the
some pretty dark
freaking
areas,
infirmary again. Oh, I'm so angry. I hate the walking back up here. I hate the prison navigation so much, y'all. This is a miserable area to navigate. Literally. I'm glad most of the Genshin community sentiment is that Act 3 of the Archon Quest was not good. I thought I was going to be the only one who felt that way.
Just now that I think about it, I can leave this place soon. Huh?
It's Neuvillete. So we're back in the infirmary. V, hello. Oh, I see you're doing the Archon Quest too. Yeah, I was very worried I was gonna be the only one because at the end of when I finished Act 3, I flat out said I was like, y'all, this quest was a snooze fest, and I really thought I was gonna be the only one who thought that, and I'm glad to know that. Nope.
Please rest here for a moment. Oh, and
Yeah,
would
the new
anyone like
patch is
anything
out.
to drink?
In fact, I'm gonna be caught up with all the story after in a couple minutes here.
Thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated.
hydrated, which means you have to drink up even
Everyone
before that.
hydrate.
I'll bring you some tea. I'm sure you'll have a lot to talk
Oh, you haven't
about.
done anything? Oh no. I don't blame you though, you're always raiding.
Typical Sijun. Concerned about everyone's health as always. Why aren't you two saying anything?
Wait. The criminals we passed by earlier, I didn't really pay attention to what they were saying. What did they say?
You noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chests looked quite familiar.
Huh?
Familiar? Paimon didn't even realize they were wearing them. But if both of you say so, let's go ask them about it.
I guess I'll go.
That's not a bad idea. I will stay here and wait for news from you. I place great trust in Wriothesley, so I rarely visit the fortress.
Wow, I'm surprised.
However,
You have great trust in
circumstances
Wriothesley,
call for
huh?
Exceptional measures. I hope I didn't cause him too much trouble.
No wonder there's so much shipping fan art on Twitter. You did a 10 pull for SLUG Dad and another 10 pull for Wihtout. Oh. I'm surprised you had the mini gems saved up. Because you said you weren't doing much lately. The pan. He is bread. I'm just glad that we caught up on everything with the new patch, because now I can just chill until the Leeway event is out and then Wriothesley story quest. You, tell me.
Anything you need?
So tell me about that badge you're wearing.
Oh, this? Are you interested in joining the Mutual Aid Network?
The man?
We have a very long history, going back as far as 400 years ago.
Oh my god.
We have never had many members throughout our history, nor do we have much of a
400
reputation,
years ago?
But everyone treats each other like family.
So y'all
Helping each other is our
held...
purpose. At the same time, we seek to maintain just dealings as much as possible.
Y'all held resentment for the Melusine as an organization
All
for
we want is to defend
400
ourselves.
years?
None of us have ever committed serious crimes, and we're not especially powerful either. We're at a natural disadvantage here in the fortress.
Y'all
But
need to
people
touch
won't
grass.
give us a hard time if we stick together.
I know y'all are in jail, but y'all really need to learn how to touch grass.
Interested in joining the Mutual Aid Network?
No.
If you'd like to learn more, here's our flyer.
We're not reading this. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I just burped from that water. Anyway, we're not reading
Our
this.
slogan may have evolved over the centuries, but our goal has remained unchanged.
We hate the Melusine.
Here, this book is for you. You're welcome to come and sign up anytime.
No, I don't like these guys. Let me see how many gems I got from stuff. I have... I think... Oh my god, I have a bunch of gems. I haven't bought anything from the shop. Oh, I'm out of star glitter. Can I roll on the standard banner? No. I'm literally... Am I close to pity? Uh, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. Bro, I'm literally at pity. I'm at 77 pity. Are you kidding me? And I'm guaranteed. Oh my god. So I could roll for Neuvillete if I really wanted to, but I don't want to. I want Wriothesley.
You two look kind of familiar. It's the symbol of the Mutual Aid Network designed by our first president.
Oh, we know who the first president is. He hated Melusine.
From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace. I've never seen one of those medals for myself, though.
Wait, wasn't that the medal that that guy and that Neuvillete gave out 400 years ago?
The first president of our network was an amazing person. Powerful as he was, he never used his strength against anyone. He encouraged the weaker criminals to stick together and look out for each other. All of us have a lot of respect for him.
I'm worried. I'm worried, really worried about something. I'm really, really worried about something. Like, there's a theory cooking in my head, but I'm very worried that it's gonna be true.
Did you manage to gather any intel?
Yeah, a little bit.
The people who award the badges belong to an organization called the Mutual Aid Network. According to them, the badge's design was inspired by the Medal of Peace. Have you seen any of those before?
I personally crafted 2 of them myself. They were awarded to Carol and Vautrin.
But if Carol is dead, did the only other person who should have a badge is Vautrin, and Vautrin ended up in jail, which means
Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire. The only one that remained should belong to Vautrin.
Oh my god.
So the network was inspired by
Vautrin.
Monsieur Neuvillette. His Grace has requested your presence in his office. He's found Dominico.
All right. Let us talk to him first and get to the bottom of this situation.
Watch this guy be like a descendant of Vautrin. That would be crazy. I'm really scared, y'all. Like really, really scared. I really think I think I'm about to start sobbing again in the next 5 minutes here. Hello.
Allow me to introduce this fine gentleman, Dominico.
Is he really?
Why don't you explain everything to him?
That was the way to describe him.
Neuvillette?
Hi.
What do you want? What are you gonna do? Kill me?
Calm down. I merely want to ask you a few questions. Was it your idea to send that letter to a Melusine? Assain has already confessed, so there really isn't any need to keep hiding.
That idiot! I can't believe I trusted him.
So it was
Let
you.
me ask this another way. It was your idea to send that letter, correct?
Yes.
Who is pulling your strings?
What? You're not trying to frame me for something I haven't done, are you?
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation.
Wriothesley.
The Chief Justice of Fontaine has been personally investigating your case. I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the Fortress of Meripede has something to do with this as well.
I admit I acted on impulse. I'll tell you the truth. But before that, you must ensure my safety.
I can do that.
Sure.
You see, we're all reasonable people here.
I only intended to do some small business at first. Someone contacted me about delivering some goods and promised me a generous sum of more in return.
You mean the smuggling?
After making a few trips, I was suddenly approached by the Maréchaussée Phantom. They accused me of smuggling prohibited items, and I was put on trial. But I refused to accept any of that. The ignorant can be rightfully absolved from guilt, right? Well, I suspect that someone got me locked up here so they could get their hands on my goods.
And then you decided to take revenge on the Melusines? Over that?
You're hopeless.
My initial target was Neuvillete. Everyone in the Fortress of Meripede was declared guilty by him after all. So they must more or less hold a grudge against him, right? If I could get them to strike back. But for some reason, no one wanted to team up with me. That mutual aid network in particular. What did those nobodies even gain from trying to challenge me? Seriously. In the end, I had to redirect my focus onto Melusines to salvage things.
Because they hate Melusines.
I recall that Kiara was the one who confiscated my goods for inspection. So I asked one of the more approachable guards to send a letter, claiming that I meant to contact my family. But the letter was in fact addressed to Essa. I requested that he write a threat letter to Kiara and force her to resign from the Maréchaussée Phantom.
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are your own thoughts? Have you been in contact with any suspicious people recently?
No.
Is it true that all members involved in the smuggling scandal have been caught?
Yes. And that's all I know.
What's wrong?
Sigewinne, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with him later.
You're about to get the Wriothesley style punishment.
So, Monsieur Neuvillette, you were concerned that there might be a shadowy faction looking to capitalize on the delicate situation with the Melazines to stir up greater chaos?
Yes, I experienced a similar incident in the past, so I had to be prepared for any possibility.
And how long ago was this incident?
400.
More than 400 years.
You might be overthinking this. Time can change a lot of things. Everything's different now.
But this organization, this mutual aid organization, is also 400 years old.
400 years ago, you and the Melazines you brought to Fontaine were the outliers in society. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the Melazines, people wouldn't just sit back and do nothing. I trust that they would make different choices from before.
That's right! We saw lots of people standing up for Melazines on our way back to the Palais Mermonia.
Monsieur Neuvillette, the Melazines are a species you introduced to Fontaine. How the public treats them is also reflective of their attitude towards you. When people refused to place their trust in Melazines, it was because they were still on the fence about you, their unfamiliar Chief Justice. For almost 500 years, you've conducted every trial with impartiality. You made the right judgment each time, regardless of whatever nonsense went on. People no longer have any reservations about you and even consider you a symbol of the law. Right now, your every decision will impact all of Fontaine. In other words, you've gradually transformed the whole nation.
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces with Dominico.
Because they're terrified of Neuvillette.
I am undeserving of such high compliments. From my perspective, I have simply been fulfilling my duties. It isn't anything special or worthy of praise. I'm simply fulfilling the promises I've made and searching for answers through my judgments. It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard. The complexity of human emotions and willpower far exceed those of mine. As a matter of fact, I believe that you are the ones who deserve my respect.
There's no need to be so modest. The current state of affairs says it all. You're no longer that outsider you were before. Even if you wished to investigate something on your own, many would take the initiative to lend you a hand.
I must say that you've made a fair point. Thank you for clearing my doubts. Now that the case has been settled, I should get going.
Huh? You're leaving?
And so soon, too? Why not stay for a cup of tea?
No tea. We're out of here.
Thank you for the offer, but I know how this place
You'll
works
have your
all
time,
too well.
Wriothesley, just not
While
today.
some are here to redeem themselves, there will inevitably be those who harbor resentment towards me. The less time I spend here, the better. My presence could very well result in an unwanted disturbance.
In that case, I'll have to insist. I still have 2 more things to say.
What?
Please, go ahead.
The first is about the guard who helped Dominico send that letter.
Ah, I know of what you speak. The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Mermonia's staff. However, as I mentioned earlier, I visited today on personal business. Therefore, I leave that matter in your hands.
Well, that makes things a lot easier.
You're gonna kill his ass.
Hey now, don't let your imagination run wild. Those from up there have a tendency to sympathize with others. However, down here, such thoughts will put you at high risk. I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to take precautions in the future.
Yeah,
I see no
chat.
issues with
Surely that is what's gonna happen.
That's one thing out of the way. What's the other thing you wanted to say?
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity. Now, I've heard that you investigated the mutual aid network. Is that right?
Yeah, 400 years old, just like the incident 400 years ago.
Yep. Neuvillette thought their badges looked familiar.
I noticed the small gang as well when I first took over the fortress of Meripede. They were not great in number, but every member always made sure to stand up for what was right. I've looked into their founder, Vautrin, who once stood trial and was sentenced to imprisonment in the fortress. According to existing documentation, Vautrin remained disciplined throughout his imprisonment. He had never once engaged in physical or verbal aggression.
Aww.
In other words, how he presented himself in prison was very different from his behavior in court.
What?
I don't think he actually hated Neuvillette then.
During his trial, I could sense that his feelings were complicated. He appeared to be full of resentment, and I believe he had every right to feel that way.
Perhaps he had been putting on an act.
An act?
Neuvillette and Vautrin had a close relationship as superior and subordinate. Vautrin must have known that the Chief Justice would make an impartial judgment. Thus, the more resentment he displayed, the clearer it would be to those present that you were upholding justice. And to those who had been sitting on the fence, Vautrin's act was a very meaningful one.
So, even after all that begging, all of that was just to show off that Neuvillette was the impartial guy he said he was going to be.
That's all from me. Does anyone else have anything to say? Now's your chance.
I don't have anything to say. Apart from expressing my gratitude, that is.
Man.
Well then, let us head back. No need to see us off.
Please, take care.
Hello, Neuvillette. So, what do we do with this?
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation.
So the mutual aid guys were definitely not the people who I thought they were going to be.
Both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
But Wriothesley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
Supposedly.
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things. I would like to hear your thoughts too. What do you think of me?
You're just a guy who cares about justice itself.
Agrees with everything Wriothesley said. As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials makes an impact on Fontaine. What do you think, Traveler? Hey, any comments?
What I really think is...
Ether's
every
talking
trial
for
you've ever
himself.
judged has left its impression on you. And that's what makes you who you are today.
He's speaking his own mind, bruh. As the Hydro Dragon Sovereign, Neuvillette still thinks of himself as an outsider due to his identity. But so much time has passed since then. Perhaps the line between him and humans have long since blurred.
That is indeed a reasonable assumption.
That caught me off guard that Ether actually spoke for
himself. As I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust your judgment. Since some time ago, I have begun to notice the changes that have occurred upon my person. These changes were not due to any specific occurrence, but emerged as a result of time itself. I will try to contemplate this further. Thank you both.
A cutscene! Oh, we know what this is.
Oh no, I forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on,
Neuvillette, are you sad? Are you sad? Why are you sad, though? What's wrong? Why are you sad, Neuvillette? Oh, he's reminiscing.
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
This must be after the
There go my
trial.
travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning?
This must have happened after the trial.
Away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
How did he know? I guess he heard of the legend. The rumor.
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
Well, what is this?
The Fortress of Meripede. It's a good place for me.
Oh, this is when he became... This became when he became the Warden. This is just flashing back a bunch of his memories, I guess. Oh, and what this must be after the father's trial.
Owes me so many answers.
Neuvillete? You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
Arlecchino. When they were conspiring against him.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Oh.
Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the
Farina.
delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Good morning, Monsieur Neuvillette! The rainy season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
I hope he can enjoy sunny days, man. I think I know what that first scene, so a lot of people are not going to know what that first scene in Neuvillette's memory is. That is Seymour, the dog, from the Ancient Colors quest, the world quest line. I know who that is. That I think it's Seymour. I'm pretty sure.
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Wriothesley said he'd keep
It
a
reminds
close
you
eye
of
on him,
Seymour
so the
anyway.
Melusines should be safe now.
I don't think it's actually Seymour, but it just reminded me of Seymour a lot of Seymour.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I wonder what else that first memory could be referring to, because to me it feels like it's the Melusine quest line, but
sorry for dragging you all into this.
Anyway, that cutscene was so
There's no need to
beautiful,
apologize.
and just
Yeah,
him
you
going
didn't
through all his
drag us
memories.
in.
I just
We
wonder
got
though,
involved of our own accord.
was that Farina talking to him, or could that have been the previous Hydro Archon? Who knows? Who knows? I think it actually is Farina, but I guess she spoke to him years and years ago.
By the way, where's Kiara?
At the Palais Mermonia. More than 50 people offered to protect her. Some even hid within the bushes to look out for danger.
All those
I
people.
was worried that the excess of protection would make her feel uneasy. So I asked her to stay inside the Palais. It's very safe in there.
What a relief.
Well, now it looks like the dust has finally settled. To celebrate this joyous occasion, Monsieur
An
Neuvillette,
interview?
would you be interested
No,
in an
girl, you gotta
exclusive
get
interview?
every single chance you can for a scoop.
I will consider it.
Oh.
Really?
Oh, isn't that a
Of
shock?
course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but
Next
should be available
month.
next month. Come up with
Bruh.
questions during the intervening days, and I will answer them to the best of my ability.
Oh, she's all nervous and starstruck. I just realized that Charlotte's necklace is a camera. Is a camera lens. I see what they did there.
Yes! Thank you so much, Monsieur!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to the Palais and issue a communique to publicize our investigation results. I hope it will assuage the concerns of all.
Oh, we still gotta talk to people.
Oh, an exclusive interview! Am I dreaming?
What should I
What
ask
should I
him?
ask him? Don't let anything hold you back. Make the most of this opportunity and ask away.
I agree. He'll decline any question he can't answer anyway. So you might as well give all of them a shot.
The way Clorinde delivered that last time, she was like, all of them. All of them, I guess. Hello? I don't know why. Oh, my quest navigation's gone. I know where to go anyway. We have to go to the office. I think we're gonna go talk to Kiara. Is she in Neuvillette's office? Hello? Oh. Okay, let me just go pull up the navigation again. Wait, so where were they? Oh, they're over on the right side. Hello, Kiara. Well, she's asleep.
Kiara?
Hi.
Monsieur Neuvillette? Sorry, I accidentally fell asleep.
It's quite all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught the sender of that threatening letter. You're safe now.
Thank you, Monsieur. And thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis Paimon. Everyone's been so nice to me, so I've always felt really safe.
Do you remember Dominico? He was the sender of that letter.
Oh
Let me
no.
think. I can't remember. My memory isn't that good, so I easily forget things. By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now.
Carol? What?
Where's she gone, by the way? I haven't seen her in a long time.
It's been 400 years, Kiara. I got news for you.
In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my hand and said, Kiara, our dreams have finally come true. I can't remember what our dreams were anymore, and I don't know why.
Yeah, they sure
I felt
have.
really happy too.
I can sense your joy. It is indeed a delightful moment.
Yeah, I'm surprised Neuvillette hasn't started crying.
Are you happy too? Oh, I almost forgot. Am I allowed to go out now? I promised to model for Alof.
Of course. Off you go.
See you next time, Monsieur, Traveler, and Big Sis Paimon.
Big Sis.
See you next time.
Y'all, that was such a sweet. Like, I'm about to start crying. We are done with Diluvies. It was an hour-and-a-half long quest, and I enjoyed every second of it. There's something left here. The reply note. Away for personal reasons. We'll be back in a day. Personal reasons? Oh me, oh my. Has our Chief Justice finally come to his senses? If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. You should follow my example and go out more often. You get to need to know your people better. Even if something unfortunate happens, you'll still run into lots of unique characters along the way. I'm unique. What do you think? The human world isn't too bad now, isn't it? So yeah, Farina definitely was the one who spoke to Neuvillette in his memories in that flashback cutscene. Don't think I'm gonna check. What do you gotta say?
I really can't fathom what goes on in her head sometimes.
Are we talking about Farina? I mean, she told you. You know what you gotta do, Neuvillette. Anyway, this was a very, very good story quest. It was short. It was short, but I think short is not a bad thing at all. And I'm so glad I got the chance to do this. There were a couple moments there I actually really... I really was a kind of a mess. Anyway, we're gonna end things here because I didn't want to stream that long this evening anyway. In fact, I'm just gonna dip. Good night.